Hey guys, this is Karan and you're watching Java by Karan. In the previous video we have seen about a constructor. In this video we will learn about a default constructor. So let's not waste time and open our notes. Let's read it out one by one. If we have two types of constructors in Java: a default constructor, that is parameterless constructor, and a parameterized constructor. So let us dive deep into default constructor first. If a class do not contain any kind of constructor, then compiler provides one constructor for the class automatically. It is called as a default constructor or a parameterless constructor. Default constructor do not perform any operation on data member declared in our class. So below is an example of a default constructor. This is the class name. We don't pass any argument parameter in a constructor. Now compiler generated default constructor do not take any parameter. That is, compiler never generates default parameterized constructor. So whenever we want to pass an argument, we need a parameterized constructor that will be a user defined, and compiler will not provide you uh, parameterized constructor. If we want to create an object by passing argument, then we cannot rely on default constructor. As I said, in this case we should define parameterized constructor inside class. So let us open STS tool and see few examples. We have created we have created a project terminology. Under package Java T point, we have a bike1 class. The class name is bike1. We have a main method. Now let us create a default constructor. Do take a note, even if you do not provide default constructor user defined, that is, you don't write default constructor, no problem, compiler will help you, compiler will do it for you. uh, let us give a message inside constructor, that is in default constructor, and we will create an object of class bike1 b1 equal to new bike b1. Let us create one more object. Let's first run this program and create one more object. You can see in the console, in default constructor, one time printed. Alright, now let me show you one more thing. I will create one more instance of class bike1. Now again we will run this program and let's see. By using control plus F11 shortcut key, I will write it down so you can get it. Control plus F11. You can see in the console, guys, what is the output? Two times default constructor message has been printed inside a bike1 constructor, which is a default parameterless constructor. So why two times? You have created two objects, hence two times. So one constructor gets called once per object. For b1 object it will get called once, for b2 object it will get called once. That's it. In this example we have seen, and in the next example we will see. I have created a class student s3 under a package Java T point, and let's see a class inside a class student s3. What we will do, we will declare two fields, one of type int id and string name, and we'll create a display message. Here what is written in comment method to display the value of id and name. So we want to print value of id and name, hence we will void, we will take display name. So we have created a method named display. Now in method we will create an object of class student s3. Two instances we will create, s1 and s2. Instance creation is done. Now guys, I have told you in the previous video of let me open the PDF. I have shown you one point that that is only what is done by the constructor process of storing user defined value inside variable or object at the time of declaration or creation is called initialization. So here what is done, process of storing user defined value inside a variable or object. Here we are storing inside object s1 s2. Alright, and at the time of declaration we are declaring, alright, displaying values of the object. Now we will call a display method on s1 object and display method on s2 object. That's it. Now let's run this program by using Ctrl plus F11, and you can see in the console guys what is the output. You haven't printed, you haven't given any values, then two compiler has given it implicitly the value 0 and null. So for s1.display, first line has been printed 0 and null. For s2.display, next line has been printed 0 null. So how, now we have given uh, id and name inside display method. So id is of type integer, that hence 0 default value is has been printed, and name is of type string, hence null has been printed. So this is what guys we have discussed. We have seen examples of a default constructor, and the next video will cover parameterized constructor. I hope you guys have understood what is the default parameterless constructor, how it works, and so on. Signing off. Thank you.